Hi, KEC Bio. Welcome to your first screencast. Woohoo! So you should treat this just like a lecture that you would listen to or watch in class. Take notes. Be sure to take notes. If this is too fast, I go quickly sometimes. Feel free to pause, rewind, and watch again. There will be a quick quiz when we first arrive in class on Wednesday, so make sure that you pay attention. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about dynamics of the ecosystem. And this is important because it's going to set the stage for what we do in class on Wednesday and give you some context for the hike that we are going to take. Yes, we are going to take a hike. Bring your best outdoors wear to class. Rain or shine, we're going out. So yes, boom boom, dynamics of the ecosystem, and there are two important concepts that I'm going to introduce today called nutrient cycling and energy flow. And I'm just going to take a second to write those down. Okay, here they are, nutrient cycling and energy flow. And these two concepts are going to be, well, they are important, but they're going to be especially important later on in the year when we discuss things like photosynthesis or primary productivity or ecology. And you might not know what all of these things are yet. That's okay. I just want to throw out these terms, get you familiar with them. That way they'll be easier to learn later on in the year when we really dive into them. So these two concepts, nutrient cycling and energy flow, are going to underpin a lot of the work that we do in this class, so having a solid understanding of what they mean is going to be important. So listen up. Okay, I'm just going to grab our nutrient cycling here, copy it, and put it on a new page. Ooh, why did it get so small? Nutrient cycling. So we'll start with nutrient cycling. And to talk about the nutrient cycle, I first need to introduce the three different ecological roles, the broad ecological roles that by which living organisms can be classified. And the first ecological role is producers. And I'm going to write this in green. Ooh, why did Okay, sorry about that delay there. So I'm writing it in green. I'm sure you can guess why, because producers are plants. They are organisms that photosynthesize. Let's throw up a picture really quick. Okay, this picture was taken in the Science Center. Bonus points to anyone who can tell me where it was taken. Oh shoot, you guys are at the KEC, you can't wander. Well, okay, next time you're on campus, if you can figure out where this plant is. These plants are. Bonus points. Okay, producers. Anything that photosynthesizes. Producers capture the light energy from the sun, and they use it to fix carbon molecules to one another to create sugar. So they transform light energy into stored chemical energy. The next ecological role that we're going to talk about is consumers. I don't want that arrow. Never mind. I just want to write consumers. Consumers, humans fit under the category of consumers. Consumers are any organism that is eating a producer. They are not photosynthesizing. They are stealing the chemical energy that producers work so hard to create, or it's not create, but to fix, and using that to power their own life. So let's throw up a picture of a consumer here. Here's a consumer. That's my puppy, Franklin. She's definitely a consumer. Consumes a lot more than just food. Okay, and the last ecological role that I want you to become familiar with are decomposers. Now, decomposers take dead or dying producers or consumers and they break them down. An example of a decomposer would be a mushroom. I'm going to throw up another picture. Here's a pretty awesome image of an enormous chicken of the woods type of fungus growing in Sleeping Giant State Park. If anyone's ever been there, it's an awesome place. If you haven't been, you should go. It's about 15 minutes to the southwest of campus. Okay, so these are 3 broad ecological roles, and understanding the relationship between the 3 of them is going to be important to understanding nutrient cycling. So, all living organisms are composed of organic molecules. We're going to talk about the definition of organic molecules later on in more detail. But what you need to know about the nutrient cycle is that, well, it's a cycle. We can start anywhere. Let's start with producers. Producers are composed of organic molecules, and when they are consumed by consumers, those organic molecules that once composed the bodies of producers are broken down by consumers and used to make the consumer's own body, and also broken down and used for energy. But a critical piece here is that the nutrients that once composed a producer now composes a consumer. And then the nutrients flow from consumers to decomposers when decomposers break them down, or from producers to decomposers if decomposers are breaking down producers. Like, for example, in this picture, this log is being broken down by this mushroom. But it could also be a decaying carcass, for example. Once decomposers have finished breaking down whatever they are essentially eating, those nutrients are freed up and enter back into the cycle again. And this is why this is a cycle. Nutrients are never lost nor gained. They are always flowing or cycling through an ecosystem. The same nutrients that composed the dinosaurs way back when compose us now. Nutrients are not lost from within an ecosystem. So now let's compare this to our other topic of the day, energy flow. I'm going to erase all my different arrows. So our 3 ecological roles still, what color was energy flow? I'm going to do it in red. Our 3 ecological roles are still very important here, but we also have to talk about something else, which is critical in this process, and that thing is the sun. So, energy, in the form of light energy, from the sun comes through space, hits Earth. Producers take that light energy, they trap it, and they use it to produce sugars. In the process of growing and living, producers lose some of that energy as heat. Now, consumers are still eating the producers, but yet again, some of that energy is lost as heat in the process of living. When you run around, you sweat, you heat up, losing energy to heat or transforming energy to heat. Again, decomposers are eating producers and consumers, and some of that energy is lost as heat as well. So energy, unlike nutrients, does not cycle through an ecosystem, but it flows through an ecosystem. Overall, we can look at it like this. Nutrients are recycled, so let's put that in green. Energy is not recycled. Okay, that is all. I will see you in class on Wednesday.